Hello super users, so in the last lesson we looked at creating an edit filter script that will help us whenever we want to paste specific elements of the music. And that was actually mainly to set us up for this lesson, because we can actually go one step further with our script to make it even more intuitive. In case you don't know, with just the way Finale works, whenever you use the edit filter, it is applied on paste, not on copy. So here's what I mean. I'm going to copy this one piece of music, and that's the only time I'm going to copy it. Use the edit filter to first paste the dynamics, like that. And then, without copying the original thing, I want to paste the notes. So we're going to change the edit filter to notes, and now paste. And we have the notes. Now we can go one step further, because I still have the edit filter turned on, and I can copy this piece of music now. And remember, the edit filter is still on notes, so copied, and then paste, and it only pastes the notes. So the edit filter is only applied when you paste something. You can copy whatever you want, and the entire thing is stored in your clipboard. So we're going to use that to our advantage to make this edit filter a lot more intuitive. Specifically, we're going to make creating the edit filter up here, like this, and pasting a single action. Because right now, if we want to turn it off and paste the entire thing, we actually have to copy it, and then go up here and uncheck use filter. And now we can paste the entire measure. So let's do it. So the first step is we're going to first check to see, is this use filter checked, and if not, check it. So you may remember in the last module, we used the if statement, and so we're going to use it again. So move it to the top. If all the following are true, add condition, and this we're going to have a menu condition. So if a menu item with this name, specifically it's going to be use filter, and we're going to say if it is not marked. So in other words, if it does not have this check mark, then we just want to check it, and we can check it using any normal menu command, because it is just a menu item. So menu, finale, edit, and then use filter. And then at the very end, we just want to do two little things to make this really intuitive. So first of all, we want to paste in the exact same macro. So we're going to type a keystroke, like that. And of course, you can paste like normal, type Command V, and we just want to uncheck the use filter. So we're going to copy this menu item and just place it at the bottom, and that will uncheck it. So now let's try it out in Finale. We can copy a measure like normal. To paste it like normal, we can just paste it Command V, and then to test it specially, we can do Command Shift V and D to paste only the dynamics. And there you go, and yet we can still paste like normal because the edit filter was unchecked automatically, which this can now be extremely intuitive to use. And so let's just copy everything we changed over here into the notes macro. So Command V the end, and paste that back in, and then Command C this first if statement, and paste it back in over here at the very top. So cool. Now we can do the same thing with notes. Command Shift V and just paste the notes, or Command Shift V and just paste the dynamics. So once we've done that, now let's just quickly create edit filters for all the other elements you might normally want to copy. So we're going to start with, articulations, chords, lyrics, slurs, and staff styles. So let's first start off with articulations. So Command D to copy this. Articulations, A, and then all we have to do instead of notes and rests is change this to articulations, like that. Then we can Command D to copy this one and call this chords. I use C for chords. And then instead of articulations, we want to call chords and fretboards. Make sure you include the ampersand for and. Then Command D to copy this macro, and we're going to call this one lyrics, like that. I use W for lyrics, and instead of chords and fretboards down here, we just want to say lyrics. And then Command D to copy that, and we're going to call this one slurs. S for slurs. And down here, instead of lyrics, we want to call smart shapes assigned to notes. Now just keep in mind, these are all smart shapes assigned to all notes, not simply slurs, but most of the time you'll probably just use this for slurs. And last thing, we're going to copy staff styles. So staff styles, and I use the keyboard shortcut E, YE. Well, typically most of the things that have to do with staff are E. Like you can see over here, staff is E. So to me, it just makes sense. You can change it to something else for you. And then down here, we're just going to change it to staff styles. And if you want to know how I got any of these names, again, it's just go back to the edit filter, look at it manually, and just figure out any of these buttons you want to have pressed for the edit filter. And you can press any combination of these, so you can have literally any kind of special filter you want and apply it on paste. So now that we have that, let's just try out the articulations, which is A. So we have this copied in our clipboard, and then let's just apply an accent on that note. Command-Shift-V, A. Like that. And that's really cool. Now you may notice on my computer this might be a little bit slower than it is on yours. That's simply just because when I'm screen recording, it makes some functions in Keyboard Maestro a bit slower. But overall, if you're not recording your screen, this is really fast and it's really intuitive, especially since in most software, Command-Shift-V means a special type of paste. So we're just using that habit that you might already have from other softwares and applying it to pasting specific elements in Finale. So that's it for this lesson. In the next lesson, we're going to apply many of the same things we did in this one to quickly just create a clear elements palette. Because once we do that, we're going to create a couple macros that quickly create hairpins and slurs using JW pattern. And there's going to be some really cool thoughts and ideas in that specific lesson. So definitely stay tuned for that. So I can't wait to move along, and I will see you in the next lesson.